This last lesson is a short one. You are going to understand this much better when you look at the examples that will come next. But anyway, what is the purpose of this? Is for you to know that sometimes it is possible to turn a binomial distribution into a normal distribution. But in order for you to do this, you need to check if something happens. You need to know that the number of trials that you are studying and the probability multiplied together is a large number. What do they consider a large number? Something that is bigger than 5. All right? If the product of n and p for the binomial, for something that can be treated as a binomial distribution, is bigger than 5, so you can turn that into a normal distribution. But the normal distribution, as you know, has parameters, the mean and the standard deviation. So how do you get those? Well, you know that for the binomial distribution, the mean is just a product of NP. So whatever the product is going to be your first parameter for the normal distribution, the mean. All right. What about the variance? The variance is the other parameter, although what you actually use is the standard deviation. But the variance, as you learned before, is just a product of n, p, and q. All right. So multiply all these three, and this is going to be your variance, and the standard deviation is going to be the square root of that. So there you'll have the two parameters for the normal distribution that you will now use to study the situation at hand. In practical terms, in exams, what is more likely to happen is that on the first sub-question, you treat the situation like a binomial distribution, and is going to be small, for example. So you treat it as binomial distribution. And then eventually, n is going to change, it's going to increase, and eventually you may treat it already as a normal distribution because this product is going to be bigger than 5. If you are asked if you can treat a certain distribution that is binomial in nature as normal distribution, the only thing that you have to do is to multiply n by p, and if it is bigger than 5, so yes, you can. If it is smaller, no, you can't. Okay? It is basically this. Don't forget that you need to perform continuity corrections. The binomial distribution is discrete in nature, so you have to turn it into something that can be dealt with as a normal distribution. So everything that I mentioned in the previous lesson, the last part of previous lesson, is going to be important in this context. Don't forget to look again to this when you're dealing with these types of questions. I'm going to continue with questions. Pay attention to these, namely the exam questions if you're watching this on YouTube. And it's simple enough if you understand binomial distribution. If you practice enough with normal distribution, this is just one last tweak that you need to know. And after this, it is it. It's the end of the Statistics 1 syllabus. You're almost at the end. It's time for you after this to get ready for the exams and start focusing on exam technique.